In the Bronze Age, a nomadic race expanded and conquered Europe. We know them today as the Indo-Europeans. Many tribes came on different waves of conquest out of the heart of Europe and into its farthest corners. How and why they were able to conquer the native Paleolithic populations is a matter of three key components: body, mind, and soul. Body. Allow me to explain. Their body was superior because of their nutrition and lifestyle. They ate meat, dairy products, and seasonal fruits. They raised animals, so they needed to stay on the move all the time to feed the animals with green pastures on different lands. Defending land is far easier than defending cattle. Cattle can be stolen with way less effort. So quarrels between clans were common, and fighting kept them sharp and always developing in the arts of combat and strategy. This moving around, this sort of nutrition, and this constant necessity of fending for themselves and fighting made them strong, resilient, taller, with higher bone density and courage. Compare that to the sedentary agricultural populations in the rest of Europe. Feeding from vegetables and grains made their teeth fall off. Their numbers were greater, but their people were weaker, smaller, and their youth was broken by elderly customs and a matriarchal structure. They reproduced like yeast. Young men are naturally bold and adventurous, and to keep them bind to the land, anti-natural customs must be developed and imposed upon them, leading to degeneration and systematic psychological castration. You need to break the rebellious and young youth in order to make them work the land and stay sedentary. Does that sound familiar already? Let's keep going. Soul. Guess what? Guess what was the main god amongst the nomadic tribes? A sky god. Wotan, Odin, Zeus, Jupiter. The name changed with each culture, but the concept was the same. The god was the same. It's a father god, a patriarchal god, a patriarchal sky figure, a god of order, war, strength, honor, protection. What about the agricultural sedentary people? Mother Earth. Makes sense. They worshipped fertility, not war or strength. They had no concerns about the open sky or freedom. They cared about the crops and the land. The earth is a symbol of chaos and dissolution, because chaos is the place from which everything comes and to which everything eventually returns. The void, the unknown, the mysterious source, the place from which you can draw amazing things with a heroic attitude, or you can face terrible fears and mortal danger with a cowardly approach. The Sky Father is not all good, of course. Too much order can turn into tyranny and oppression, suffocating control and the destruction of the freedom the masculine spirit so desperately seeks. One needs the other. One feeds from the other. One is the wolf and the other is the sheep, but both are needed in a way. Mine. By domesticating animals, the nomads came across the horse. Suddenly, they had a powerful new way of transportation, and it didn't take long for them to develop the wheel and war chariots to strike with the might of their sky father any rivals they might come across in their way. They became unstoppable. Costin Alamario makes a very compelling and in-depth explanation on how the nomadic pastoral origin is a necessary precondition for the conformation of an aristocracy, which in turn can lead to the development of philosophy. On his book Selective Breeding and the Birth of Philosophy, these warfare these warfare technological advancements, their warriors' ethos, their ability to roam free the earth and come in contact with different cultures, learning to separate in their minds and worldview conceptions what's costume and culture and what's nature and natural law, made them, made them more fit to expand their minds and think in more creative and sagacious ways, thus leading to a superiority of mind as well. History is like a spiral, and there you have it. The few smart, strong, courageous, free and noble versus the many small, weak, broken, and bound to the land. Of course, they were conquered and subjugated, and it didn't just happen once, but many times during many invasions and migratory waves. The Bronze Age Indo-European nomadic tribes devoured Europe and made it their home. We are approaching a moment in time where Western civilization is falling apart, a matriarchal style of government, a feminized world is being purported and instilled through schools and universities into the soft young minds. Indoctrination camps, that's what they are in reality. Movies and video games have become new neo-Marxist huge propaganda campaigns, and despite some heroes fighting as the cultural resistance, this society intuitively, we know, is already doomed. The four horsemen, the four, the four modern horsemen, four modern issues plague men today and keep them in bondage and perpetuate this cycle of decadence and weakness. They are number one, pornography. The first horseman, pornography, which saps your motivation. Back in the day, you would need to actually be someone and do something to have the pleasure of releasing your seed onto a beautiful woman and see so many hot potential mates. Now you just hop into Pornhub and there you go. For free millions of different naked girls, a virtual substitute, a vicarious way to satisfy your lust. Now, building and achieving can be left for tomorrow, if it ever comes the need, because video games. Who, who actually needs to achieve anything or experience the sensation of progress in real life where it's so hard to actually build something, make money, provide value to society, when you can feel a sense of status and achievement by completing virtual tasks in virtual worlds and getting virtual ranks on these gaming communities? You can be a loser in real life, but on World of Warcraft, you are a knight and a dragon slayer. Maybe on Call of Duty, you are already at the general's rank. Or on Fortnite, I don't even know what the fuck do you get by leveling up there if you level up or whatever. Skins or something. Who cares? You are not building anything real there. There's That's the sad reality. You have been convinced to waste your life away on video games because the status quo, the corrupt elite, the Matrix knows that young men are the ones who actually make revolutions, fill the ranks of armies, build nations, and destroy old regimes. And they don't want that kind of men strong, free, and courageous. This kind of men motivated, this kind of men actually knowledgeable and with hunger for life and achievement. That's mortal danger for the old, weak, decrepit, and feminized elites that have grown corrupt and complacent, and their level of disconnect with reality and the people is so great that they don't even realize they are pushing for civilizational suicide with this woke mind virus. They keep spreading through our culture, negating our heroes of all, negating the masculine ethos, and trying to oppress and castrate the youth. We need to break free from their stupidity, their evil, and ignorance. The third horseman is social media. Social media can be a powerful tool, but it's being used to stupidify your brain, shorten your attention span through short form content, and basically overstimulate you to the point your dopamine receptors, dopamine is the neurotransmitter of motivation, by the way, end up shutting down. And this keeps you inside this addiction loop in which the only thing that motivates you are dopamine spiking instant gratification activities, and you keep sinking deeper and deeper into a depression. You will not be able to come out unless you figure out the way this shit works. Don't worry, I'll explain it all to you in more detail later. Let's keep going. Number four, The four horsemen is poison, from junk food to regular normal food, which most of it is either processed and poisoned meats or plant-based foods full with anti-nutrients, and on top of that, every addictive substance like alcohol, nicotine, on those fucking vapes, cigarettes, weed, you name it. We are flooded with this shit, and nobody knows what's actually healthy anymore. And you are what you eat. That's not a lie. That's the reason you see all these young fitness dumb influencers dying like flies all the time, talking about calories in and calories out while eating disgusting processed foods and binge using steroids. Of course they are fucking dying. They are feeding their bodies poison and then asking it to perform at such a high level that is ridiculous. So, who shall be the princess of the new world? Well, who are the new elites? Who are the modern counterpart of our ancient Indo-European ancestors? Who are these masculine heroes who shall rise and conquer this world of chaos and disorder? Well, just ask yourself, who's eating like our ancestors and training in this cult to the body, this devotion to physical excellence? Who's elevating their spirits and expanding their consciousness with practices like gratitude and meditation? Who's building their wealth of knowledge by reading and learning consistently? Who's making so much money online that they are achieving location and financial freedom? The laptop with a strong internet connection has become the new horse. The personal brand on social media and the business behind it is the war chariot. The nutrition is the same. Some things never truly change. The training must be done as well, maybe on a different setup, but the body must be respected as the temple it is your consciousness vessel for this experience called life. Now that you know all this, what you need is a framework to put it into action and a higher core cause, a plan that shall make sense of it all. That's where I come in. Gora, the Blue Kingdom of the North. This is my vision, and now here's the plan. I've been doing self improvement coaching. I've been doing self improvement for over 3 years, and I've been doing self improvement coaching for some time now. And I have developed a solid framework to build you up on the three main pillars of self improvement: body, mind, and soul. With such a solid foundation, I can teach you how to start making money online and be on your way to location and financial freedom. And I'm not here to sell you a course and make some money out of it myself, which I could fairly do, and it would be indeed valuable as fuck, to be honest. But I'm way more ambitious than that, and I am not afraid of saying it. I refuse to die as anything less than emperor, so I must provide something 1,000 times better than all of this. And that's a magnificent vision, an inspiring future, a dream for which we could truly die for. Because trust me, if there's nothing in this life you are truly willing to die for, then there's not really anything in your life truly worth living for. This is the plan. Stage 1, you get into one-on-one calls with me. Keep in mind that only a select few will be able to log in on these calls, so you better try secure place now. Like I said, this is not a paid program. I'm recruiting a fucking army here. I'll make you money before you ever have to pay a dime as taxes in the future. I need to build you up first. With these calls, I shall develop an even stronger framework to build the perfect process by which I shall transform you into a worthy candidate for this army. Stage 2, on the school community, I'll build the full path of ascension from aspirant to citizen of Gora. It will involve trials, a self-improvement full routine designed to change radically your mind, body, and soul, and I shall teach you there to start making money online as well. As an aspirant, you shall shave your head and beard to symbolize rebirth, and shall be stripped away from your old name and identity, and you shall be given a number, for you are not worthy of choosing a name, at least not yet. If you manage to go through the trial successfully, you will ascend to citizen, where you can choose a name and you'll be given a virtual ID. Stage number 3. From citizen to warrior is when this stops being a mere online community and transforms into a real-world movement. Citizens, to be initiated into warriors of Gora, must be on a journey we shall organize yearly on winter to Karelia, a remote location on the Russian-Finnish border, a virgin valley surrounded by snowy mountains, and a huge forest filled with wolves. There, 3 trials await candidates after a sea voyage from England through 3 different seas: the North Sea, the Norwegian Sea, and finally the Barents Sea. The trials involve hunting, survival in the cold and harsh environment, and fighting. It's not easy. It's not for the faint-hearted. This is not for the faint-hearted. This is for men who truly want to rise up like the legends of old. If this is what you have been looking for all your life, then we are kindred spirits, brother. I welcome you into this tribe. Go to the link in the description and let's start your journey. We shall make history together. And remember, delusion backed up just by words is just delusion. But delusion backed up by relentless action, that's called faith, brother. Remember, duty, honor, and pride. I'll see you on the next one.